So I think by now that we all know that 2016 was one heck of a year. In fact, it was such an eventful year that this is actually the third time I'm filming this because I've just had to process everything. Every time I go to edit, something else happens that changes things. I was speaking with a colleague of mine a month or so ago, and she said something very interesting in that never before has a year been this massive antagonist for everyone. Last year, anytime anything bad happened, it was, oh, 2016 strikes again. And the fallout from 2016, the repercussions of some of the decisions made in 2016 have carried over into just this first month of 2017. But despite everything, I think we're actually on track to making a lot of positive changes in 2017. I think 2016 was a wake-up call. I don't think we all realized until 2016 how deeply divided we all are, and I think that was a bit of a shock for a lot of people. And I absolutely realize that I'm saying this from a place of privilege. And that is why one of the most important things you can do to move forward in 2017 and to make 2017 a more positive year is to listen to people who come from different walks of life than you do. Like, actually listen to people, sit down and listen with the intent to understand. One of the biggest barriers to effective communication, I think, is when you're listening with the intent to respond. As the person's talking, you're formulating your response in your head. I know I do it, I'm trying to stop. But on a large scale, that kind of listening, that kind of conversation style leads to things like Brexit. This kind of conversation style leads to discussions that are like my side, my side, my side. And then my side, my side, my side, but no actual interchange is taking place. If we seek out people and stories from people with different perspectives than ours and actually try to engage with them and understand them, that's how we're going to move forward. If we listen with the goal of understanding and collaborating and working together, then we can come up with the solutions that are going to move us into a better future. We are more alike than we think, and we have more in common with each other than we know. So let's let 2017 be the year of finding that common ground. And this brings me to my second point. The second best thing that you can do to move forward positively in 2017 is to be kind. It's good advice in general for any year, but being kind is more important now than ever. I think now's a good time for random acts of kindness for sure, but just being kind to your friends and family even more than you would be is also good. Cook them a nice meal. If one of your friends is moving house, then help them move in, or just simply be there for them in these uncertain times. If you do end up in a situation where you're debating with people, come from a place of kindness. And if you encounter someone who holds beliefs that depend on the oppression or subjugation of a group of people, by no means you're not obligated to do this, but if you feel up to it, the best way to deal with those situations is to simply ask the person why. Don't approach it aggressively, just say, well, why do you think that? Help me understand your thought process here. But why? But why? But why? You may not change minds, but you might at least get people to confront their beliefs and question why they hold them in the first place. There's no room for hate in 2017. We need to move forward in a spirit of kindness and creativity, which brings me to my third point, which I filmed earlier. One of the things that got people really distressed in 2016 was that we lost so many creative, influential, and innovative people. And so the third thing we need to do in 2017 is to rush in to fill the gap that they've left. We can't look at their deaths as a loss. We need to look at it as an opportunity to continue the legacy that they started. We need scientists like Vera Rubin, who discovered evidence of dark matter, and Henry Heimlich, who developed the Heimlich maneuver. So if you have a passion for discovering things about the universe or developing life-saving medical techniques, then go for it. In the scientific community, they say that whatever you do, you're standing on the shoulders of giants, and Vera Rubin and Henry Heimlich were definitely giants. Yesterday, it was a year since David Bowie passed. Artists like David Bowie, like Prince, like George Michael, they lived authentically as themselves and defied gender and sexuality norms. Let's take inspiration from them and live unabashedly as ourselves with love and compassion. In 2017, let's take inspiration from Carrie Fisher, who was gone too soon. She unabashedly advocated for mental health and those living with mental illness, not to mention being a kind and funny and wickedly talented actress and writer. And in 2017, let's also take inspiration from Debbie Reynolds, who, like her daughter, was a crazy talented, super hardworking woman who would not be stymied by anyone. In 2017, let's take inspiration from Leonard Cohen, whose music and poetry contain so much depth that one person's interpretation could differ vastly from the next. What he wrote held a mirror up to everyone who read it or performed it, and helped people confront the difficulties of life. And in 2017, let's take inspiration from Alan Rickman, who embodies the idea that it's never too late. He didn't go to drama school until he was 26 years old. He didn't get his first big film role for over a decade after that, but still he was able to craft this wonderful career and remained kind and generous of spirit. And it's sad to say, but there are so many other people like Muhammad Ali, like Florence Henderson, China, Victoria Wood, Caroline Aherne, so many people that left us in 2016 whose legacies we need to carry on. Just before I end the video, I want to say how proud I am. It's so important now that when we see discrimination in this world, when we see people being hurt or marginalized, we need to stand up and say no. No, we will not accept this in our world. This is not how we live. This is not how we work together. And I really am amazed by the sheer numbers of people who got out and marched on January 21st. I'm so proud of everyone who went out there and made their voices heard and fought for a better world. Just in this past month, there were women's marches in pretty much every major city in the world. Heck, on all 7 continents. It's amazing. But I do want to take a moment just to say that as wonderful as these protests have been, there is a reason why they have gone forth without incident. There's a reason why these have gone forth peacefully and why police show up in riot gear to Black Lives Matter protests. Let's not let that happen anymore. And I'm going to have to address white people specifically here. We need to turn up and show solidarity for the Black Lives Matter protests. And if you have been, do it more. We need to support each other. The women's marches were a good start, but I think intersectionality was a little bit left by the wayside, so let's improve on that in 2017. Over the past year, My Shot from Hamilton has become sort of my theme song, and I think I'm going to continue that into 2017, which I encourage you to do as well. It's an excellent song, excellent musical, top-notch, wonderful. And also after seeing Rogue One, I am one with the Force and the Force is with me. I am one with the Force and the Force is with me. I think that's a good one to have to carry through 2017. So my question for you is, what are your theme songs or theme phrases for 2017? Please leave them in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'm going to put some helpful links down below for ways that you can help make the world a better place, even if they're just very small things. And also there were a lot of really good things that happened in 2016, even if they weren't talked about a lot, so I'm going to link to a list of them down below. As usual, you can find me on Twitter, Tumblr, and Facebook. I'm also running a Just Giving page for Little Princess Trust after I donated my hair. We're almost at 50% funded, so if you can help out, that would be absolutely great. And let's keep working together to make 2017 a better year. Yay! Take care, everyone, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye! Lots of things going on politically.